If you are showing any Angus, please have them on deck. We'll start with our junior bull calf in 5 minutes.
From the Custer Coliseum on the agriculture campus of the fairgrounds of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Once again, good afternoon. I'm Brian Winnikins. As you just heard, we are getting ready for our beef show for the 2023 fair, and we have over nearly 100, actually I think 101 head that will be in the ring today. It's going to be a nice show this afternoon. Expecting stick around. We're going to be here until at least 4:30, 5 o'clock today. So it's going to be a wonderful show throughout the afternoon. And throughout the afternoon, we'll be thanking our sponsors as well. Thank you to the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, along with Alcivia Co-op, Security Financial Bank, Sundstrom and Company, Prime Realty of Durand, Adams Super Service, N-Tech, and also Dunn Energy. Again, just a few of our sponsors of our live video stream of today's 2023 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Beef Show. And again, 100 head is 101 head expected today in the ring. And we're going to have a nice show today here from the Custer Coliseum. Earlier today, we had our sheep show. Yesterday was the hog show. Today, of course, we'll have the beef show this afternoon. Tomorrow, the dairy show begins at 8 o'clock. And then tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock, we will have the livestock auction as well from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. So sit back, relax. We are just moments away from our first classes here with the beef show here from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. It's going to be a wonderful afternoon.
So we are ready to begin our beef cattle show today, and we'll start with our junior bull calf, Angus breed. So we'll have Morgan Hilder enter the ring. On deck, we'll have our Angus junior yearling heifer.
full house here at the Custer Coliseum this afternoon for our beef show here from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. As we start off with a few of our beginning classes here. Again, we have about 100 head of cattle that will be coming through the ring today. Expecting to be the show to run until about 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I have a lot of cattle to see here this afternoon at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair.
Good afternoon. Really nice calf to start out the beef show for you here today. A February bull calf. Calf, when you stand back and look at him, a calf that's got a lot of size and scale, really correct in his overall design. Calf a little green in his overall condition today, but I like that. You know, you get those calves too fat too early, they quit growing. He's where he needs to be, and he's a really nice calf. I think he'll go on and stand some competition and do really well down the road. Congratulations. Good job.
First blue exhibited by Morgan Hilger. This is our only Angus bull entered today, so he will also be our champion Angus bull. Next we'll have our junior yearling heifer, Angus, one entry in this class. While we're waiting for our animal to enter the ring, I'd like to introduce our judge. Today we have Dennis Patterson from southwestern Wisconsin joining us. He's been involved with livestock judging and judging at county fairs for a number of years. So thank you, Dennis, for joining us.
Things underway here in Chippewa Falls with the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Later on tonight, some of the music that'll be coming up on the main stage will be Hairball. Also north of Dixie will be performing tonight as well at about 9:30, that at the Lennon Kugel's Pavilion. All the rides at the Midway are running and all the exhibitors are here. We're in Building C. Stop by our booth in Building C and find out how you can win $500 when you tell us, why do you listen to the radio? And we'll taking a survey.
If you're exhibiting a Hereford or a Charolais, if you can have those animals on deck.
And just come by our booth again in Building C. We'll get you signed up with the National Association of Farm Broadcasting and to fill out that survey, and you could win $500.
Another real nice entry. This young lady brought out yearling heifer. It's got a lot of size to her. She's put together really correctly off those feet and legs. Like the levelness down her top. She's adequate from a muscle standpoint. If anything, again, I'm going to be picky sometimes. Like the way you see her just a little bit more extended up that front end. To maybe compete with some heifers, you know, at a national level, but you really like the growth and the balance and the capacity and the volume that particular heifer has. She's really good. Good job.
First blue exhibited by Morgan Hilger. Next we'll have our Angus cow 2 years and over.
Really nice cow, your nice 2-year-old cow. The dam, the nice bull calf is starting to show with today. Again, you can see where the correctness comes from. I mean, she's nice, correctly put together, got some depth of body, some rib shape to her, some muscle down her top, down through that lower quarter. Really correct in her overall design. Very deserving of blue ribbon. Good job, young lady.
First blue exhibited by Morgan Hilger. Now we have our cow and offspring class.
We just talked about both of these just a second ago, but I think when you stand back and look at it, you can see where the bull calf's being developed from. I mean, we got a really nice cow that's put together correctly, got a lot of correctness to her, both from a feet and leg standpoint. She's leveled down her top, got a lot of rib shape to her. And you stand back and you look at that little bull calf next to her, and you can see where it's coming from. I mean, he's put together the exact same way, has a lot of natural thickness down his top, down through that lower quarter. Very nice cow calf, very young cow. I think has a lot of future, and so does the bull calf alongside her. So good job, congratulations.
First bull in this class exhibited by Morgan Hilger. Next we'll be selecting our champion Angus female. Following that we'll be moving on to the Hereford class, starting with our Hereford junior calf. So if you could bring your Angus back in.
Again, watching the beef show from the 2023, the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, 125th Northern Wisconsin State Fair. And again, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thank you to our sponsors, including Synergy Co-op, Compeer Financial, Bluff Country Feed and Seed, O'Galley Cheese Factory, Numbers Are Us, Pierce Pep & Co-op, 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom, Provisions Health of Durand, Chippewa Valley Energy, and Wisconsin Credit Union. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, tell them thank you for supporting our video stream broadcasts. Again, we will have the beef show today, dairy show tomorrow morning at 8, livestock auction tomorrow evening at 6 from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Next week, it's the Wabasha County Fair. Week after that, we'll be at the Dunn County Fair in Menominee, and followed by the Buffalo Pepin County Fair, and then wrapping up our fair season and our livestock coverage with the Pierce County Fair.
So if you're showing a Hereford, please have that ready. Also, if you're showing a Simmental and Shorthorn, please be ready to come into the ring.
Again, we have 100 head of cattle coming through today. Going through some of the breeds right now. We'll have market animals as well here later on this afternoon in the beef show.
for the champion Angus, we're going to use the cow-calf pairs as a unit because there's technically 3 separate classes. The cow, the heifer, and the cow-calf pair. We're going to use those as a pair as the champion in the Angus division. I think just they balance up a little better off maybe their feet and legs. The heifer, I really like the depth of body that she has, but maybe not quite as correct off those rear legs as she goes around the ring as the cow and the cow-calf pair and the bull calf that go along with her. So the cow-calf pair will be the champion. The heifer, the yearling heifer will be reserved. Congratulations.
Both the cow-calf and the heifer were exhibited by Morgan Hilgert. Next we'll be moving into our Herefords, and we're going to start with our junior heifer calf. On deck will be our summer yearling. And following that, we will have our Hereford junior yearling.
Once again, good afternoon. Welcome to the 2023 Beef Show here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. And joining us right now, Allie Lehman. She is the first attendant for the Affairs to the Fair. And hi, Allie, congratulations and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. So you've had a pretty busy couple of days already, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
What are some of the things you've been having to do?
This morning we were at the sheep show handing out ribbons, and then we went to the horse arena today and watched the 4-H youth show their horses that they've worked hard all year preparing for this fair.
And what made you decide to run for Fairs to the Fair?
What made me decide to run for Fairs to the Fair is my sister was a past Ferris, and I got to watch her do it.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I just have a love for the fair. I've been at this fair since I was in first grade.
What do you like best about it? I know, that's a tough one, ain't it? There's so much.
I would say the best part is just all the friends and all the people that you get to meet and interact with at the fair.
Talking with Allie Lehman. She is the first attendant with Fairs to the Fair for the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Part of our beef show today. She's been helping out. Oh, we're going to go down into the ring here and talk with the judge. Here we go.
Start the Hereford show, a really nice heifer to start out with. The heifer's got a lot of balance, a lot of structural correctness to her. The heifer, I guess, for her age, maybe if I could pick on her a little bit, I'd like to see her be just a touch bigger than she is for an October heifer, but you really have to admire her. She's nice up to her front end. She's nice and level down her top, adequate muscle. A pretty nice heifer for this young lady to bring out the show today. Good job.
Then we're talking with Allie Lehman.
First bull exhibited by Riley Breck. Next we'll have our summer yearling, and that'll be one exhibitor in that class. Following that, we will have our junior yearling. There's only 3 Herefords in the Hereford class. So following that, we'll be selecting our champion female Hereford and then moving on to Simmentals.
So Allie, you know, being able to meet all these people throughout the year, and that's the thing, you're going to be doing more things than just kind of doing stuff here at the fair as part of your duties, right?
Yes, sir. So Hannah and I will be doing parades and going to other county fairs that don't have a fairs program.
Okay. And what grade do you in?
So right now I'm just working and deciding what I'm going to do for fall.
For school? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So did you? Are you? What would you like to be when you grow up?
Something with animals.
Okay. That works. Well, you know, and with all of the fair experience here, you sure have a good start on that. But for those that are watching and listening, and they have, you know, granddaughters or daughters that might think about running for Fairs to the Fair, why should they? Why do you think they should run for Fairs to the Fair?
I think you should run for the Fairs to the Fair because you get to promote the fair and meet all these exhibitors that have worked very hard on these animals. And give back to the community as well.
And it's a lot of fun too, isn't it?
Of course.
That's always the best part. Well, Allie, again, congratulations. Thanks for stopping by and joining us today.
Thank you.
And that is Allie Lehman. She is the first attendant for the Fairs to the Fair for the 125th Northern Wisconsin State Fair here in Chippewa Falls as our beef show does continue. And we'll also be chatting with a few other folks as well here as during the show, as our show's going to go until about 4:30, 5 o'clock. We have about 100 head of cattle today that we are coming through the ring. And right now we're just going through some of the early breeds and classes here. Once the market animals come in, that's when we're going to see some pretty big classes here. Looks like later on this afternoon. As we go back down to the judge.
Really nice effort for this young lady as far as the summer yearling. Again, a heifer about where she needs to be from a growth and development standpoint. Really deep body, thick. If you look at her down her top, got a lot of natural thickness to her, and yet she still has some feminine in her muscle pattern. Maybe not quite so much up through the front end, but a heifer really has a lot of performance and a lot of growth to her. Really nice heifer. Good job.
First blue exhibited by Stella Nelson. Next we'll have our junior yearling. Anybody with a Hereford, please be ready to enter to pick our champion Hereford female. Beef exhibitors, just a reminder that you need to get your photo taken for the MAP program.
Really nice junior yearling Hereford heifer this young lady brought out. Heifer's got a lot of eye appeal, a lot of balance to her, a lot of power to her. You really stand back and look at her, she's got a lot of volume to her. She's got some thickness down her top. She's really put together well and she tracks away from you. Really clean and extended up through that front end. A really pretty nice package all the way around. Good job, congratulations.
First blue exhibited by Sydney Spade. We'll be selecting our champion Hereford female. Following this class, we'll be moving on to Simmentals, and we're going to start with our summer yearlings.
Going for the champion here on the Herefords.
In this Hereford division, I think you have 3 really nice individuals. There's things that they have strengths in each one of these individuals that maybe some of the other ones maybe don't have individually if you pick them apart. I think the heifer, though, it's the most complete and the most balanced to me, is going to be your junior yearling heifer. Just the one that has the most correct pieces, the muscle, the volume, the correctness, the femininity up through the front end. Probably the truest heifer. She walks away from you of the 3 out here. Reserve maybe gets a little bit closer. You got a really long-bodied calf down in here in the end, but I think you've got one that just has a little more development, a little more growth, performance per inch. The summer yearling will be a reserve. Congratulations, all for 3 really nice heifers out here. Good job, ladies.
Champion female Hereford exhibited by Sydney Spaeth. Reserve champion female exhibited by Stella Nelson. Congratulations. Next we'll be moving into Simmentals, and we'll be starting with our summer yearlings. 2 entries in this class, Whitney Gotham, Riley Breck. On deck will be our junior yearlings, and there'll be 1 entry in that class, Morgan Hilbert. And that will complete our Simmental class, which has 3 entries for Simmental. We'll be selecting our champion Simmental. And then our next class will be Shorthorn. So if you have a Shorthorn, please have that out on deck.
Watching coverage of the 2023 Beef Show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio in Durant. Thank you for joining us this afternoon as we have over 100 head of cattle that will be working through the show this afternoon. And thank you to our video sponsors, including Dunn Energy, Edentech, Adam Super Service of Durant, Prime Realty of Durant, Sundstrom and Company, Security Financial Bank, and Alcivia Co-op. As we continue on with our current classes, we're going to be having the market animals here coming up a little bit later on this afternoon. And that will be some, we're going to have some pretty big classes with that. Do you know, according to some fun farm facts, this is coming from Rural Mutual Insurance. Did you know one farmer feeds 166 people? And Wisconsin's agriculture industry, over $104 billion in economic activity annually. That's Wisconsin agriculture, one of the largest industries in the state. I think only manufacturing is ahead of agriculture in Wisconsin. Average farm in Wisconsin, 222 acres. Some fun facts for you. this afternoon. As we continue on with this class, and some of the beefs, some of them are kind of cranky this afternoon. Full house here at the Custer Coliseum, this brand new facility. Agriculture campus here as part of the Northern Wisconsin State Fairgrounds here in Chippewa Falls. The entire campus did not exist as of last year. All these new buildings here were constructed over the last year. Beautiful, beautiful facility.
We're going to start with this young lady's heifer here. Heifer just has more performance to her today. Gorgeous total body and muscle and mass to her. Bigger bones. She's a little bit truer tracking as she walks away from me. The heifer we have in second, a bigger outline heifer. I mean, she's a little, for her age, a little bit younger, a month younger heifer. A heifer that is maybe a little bit longer spine in comparison to the first heifer for her age. But at the same time, a heifer just needs probably to have a little more condition on her, a little bit more body, a little more depth to her today to compete with the heifer we started out with. But two really nice heifers. Good job.
First blue exhibited by Riley Breck. Second blue exhibited by Whitney Goldthum. Next we'll have our junior yearlings. One entry in this class, Morgan Hilger. Following this, we'll be selecting our champion Simmental. And then we'll be moving on to Shorthorn, starting out with our senior heifer calf, Liberty Faber. We'll make sure if you have a Shorthorn that you have them on deck. Following the Shorthorn, we'll move into the AOB, the any other breed.
Really nice semi-heifer here to start, or in this single entry in this particular division. Heifer, when you stand back and look at her put together, pretty darn nice. I mean, she's got the things we like to see from a profile. She really catches your eye. Got that pretty blazed face. She's long, extend up through that front end. She's deep enough rib. She's full enough in her rib shape. Got the thickness down her top. Really true when she walks away from you. Really nice heifer. Good job.
First blue exhibited by Morgan Hilger. Now we'll be selecting our champion Simmentals. Following this, we'll be moving on to the Shorthorn, starting with our senior heifer calf.
semi-division. I think we got two really nice ones out here, really put together the way I like to see them, where they've got some muscle and some structural correctness, some bones, some deep depth of body, some spring of rib. Two really pretty decent heifers out here to represent the semi-tall breed. I'm going to use the Blaze Face Junior Yearling as a champion. I think she's just a little more complete today. The heifer we had, the summer yearling, though, there's nothing wrong with her. I really like her for her weight. She's really correct, really put together nice. Two really nice heifers to represent the semi-tall breed. Congratulations.
Champion in that class was exhibited by Morgan Hilger, and reserve champion exhibited by Riley Breck. Next, we'll be starting with our shorthorns, and we're going to start out with our senior heifer calf. One entry in this class, Liberty Faber. Following that, we'll be moving on to our summer yearling. We'll have one entry in that class, Jessica LaJess. And our classes in the whole will be our junior yearlings, two entries in that class, Jessica LaJess and Julia Lyons.
Once again, good afternoon from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair with our beef show continuing. I'm Brian Winnikins. Hope you're enjoying coverage of our beef show today. Yes, we'll have our market animals here coming up in a little bit. Tomorrow, we'll have the dairy show at about 8 a.m. And then at 6 tomorrow night is the livestock auction. So busy next State Fair. Your home for farm news and markets throughout the entire day is WRDN Radio. We have 7 hours of farm programming Monday through Friday. It starts off with our morning farm report from 5 to 7 a.m. Farm news, farm markets, dairy news as well, along with some great classic country music. That's from 5 to 7. Hourly markets at 9, 10, and 11. A midday farm report at about 12:30. From 1 until 3, it's Agri Talk with Chip Flory. And from 3 to 4, it's America on Agriculture with Mike Pearson. And during the 4 o'clock hour, Susan Littlefield has our final bell with the markets at about 4:30.
Really nice one here to start the shorthorn show. Shorthorn heifers just got a lot of balance to her, a lot of rib shape to her. Really big bone, nice fronted heifers, got a lot of natural thickness down her top. I mean, she's, for a calf that age, I mean, she's really, I think, where she needs to be from a growth and a weight standpoint. Really good looking one. Congratulations.
First blue exhibited by Liberty Faber. Next, we'll have our summer yearling, one entry in that class. On deck will be our junior yearling. In the hole will be our junior calf, any other breed. So after we've got 2 more classes of shorthorn, we'll select our champion, and then we'll move into the AOB.
So be listening for our farm programming throughout the day. You can on AM 1430 or also 107.3 FM. If you are not in our over-the-air signal, that's okay. You can listen through our websites at realcountry1430.com or Alexa as well through the Live 365 app. And just say, Alexa, play WRDN, and that'll pull it the station up right on your Alexa right at home. Also, you can use Google Home and Apple CarPlay too. Just do a search for WRDN.
really nice summer yearling shorthorn heifer. Heifer's got, again, got a lot of size and growth to her. A heifer, I guess if I could be a little picky about her, for a heifer of her age, she's probably carrying plenty of condition on her. Maybe like to not have her quite as steep off that shoulder as she is when she comes around. She tends to maybe try to get out in front of her a little bit and be a little steep off that front end. But a heifer's got a lot of mass, a lot of muscle, a lot of rib shape to her. A lot of things you really like about her for her age. Good job.
First blue exhibited by Jessica Jess. Next, we'll have our junior yearlings. Following this class, we'll be selecting our champion shorthorn and then moving into any other breed.
We continue our coverage of the cattle show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair this afternoon. We'll have market animals later on this afternoon. Again, about 100 head of cattle are coming through the ring, so we'll be here till at least 4:30, 5 o'clock this afternoon. Tomorrow we'll have the dairy show at about 8, and then it's the livestock auction at about 6 o'clock tomorrow evening.
Two really nice heifers out here in this shorthorn junior yearling class. Heifers have had some different features you really like and admire. We're going to start out with the roan or the lighter colored heifer. I think just a little bit fresher appearing heifer from a condition standpoint. Heifer's a little more extended up through her front end. The heifer's a little bit bigger outline. The heifer we have in second, I really like the moderate package she has. I like the depth of body, the spring of rib she has. Maybe a touch thicker down her top in comparison to the heifer we're starting with. But heifer's just, to me, a little bit further along in condition. I'd like to see her just be a little bit fresher, a little longer up through that front end, a little more extended to compete with the heifer we're using to win this class today. But two really nice heifers. You know, depending on the type of kind you like, you can switch those two pretty easily. But two really nice heifers. Good job, girls.
First blue exhibited by Julia Lyons, second blue by Jessica LaJess. Let's bring our first blue shorthorns back. Following the selection of our champion shorthorn female, we'll move into the any other registered breed. Starting with our junior heifer calf, we'll have 2 entries in this class. They should be on deck, Amara Brenner and Deegan McGinnis. Deacon McGinnis, we're looking for you to be on deck.
Three really nice shorthorns out here for the champion shorthorn drive. I think again we've got some differences in all three of these heifers. There's things I like about each heifer. There's a thing or two you could tweak about each one to make improve them just a touch. I guess in my mind, which one's the one that can go back and probably stand the most competition if we were taking them on to a bigger, fancier show, state fair, junior nationals, those type of things, and which one's the one that probably could be the most competitive. At that level, so that in my mind, those maybe is the one that's probably the best of the three, or maybe the fault free of the three. I'm going to use the calf for the champion, the junior yearling for the girl, and two really nice heifers, really complete. Guys down here at the competition. Congratulations.
Champion, Shorthorn exhibited by Liberty Faber. Reserve champion, Shorthorn exhibited by Julia Lyons. Next we move into our any other breed registered, and we're going to start with our junior calf. 2 entries in this class, Amara Brenner and Deegan McGinnis. On deck we'll have our senior heifer calf. Should be 2 entries standing in the back, Brinley Sonnentag and Julia Lyons. And in the hole will be our any other breed junior bull calf.
Watching coverage of the 2023 Beef Show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. I'm Brian Winnikins. Once again, good afternoon. Hope you're enjoying our coverage today on our YouTube channel, also Facebook page, and our website at realcountry1430.com, where you can listen to us online through our streaming audio right on our homepage. Just look for the Live 365 widget that's right on the left-hand side of the page, and you can listen to us anywhere you want through your computer. When you're listening to our live stream as well, we actually use an AM radio to feed our live stream, and it's an AM stereo receiver. You can listen to it. You'll see how good the AM radio can really sound when done right and with the proper receivers, and you'll be surprised. It sounds just as good, if not better, than FM. So you can check that out at our website at realcountry1430.com. We'll have our market animals here later on this afternoon as we continue to move through the cattle show. Tomorrow we'll have the dairy show at about 8 a.m. and the livestock auction tomorrow evening starting at 6.
Indian of a breed, a really nice calf for this young lady to start off in the division with. Really balanced after her heifer's got a lot of structural correctness to her. I said, you got one that's quiet and she's broke. I said, a really good one to bring back next year. And she said, we'll see. I said, well, I think you should, because she's pretty quiet and she's a pretty nice little heifer. Just give her some time to feed her the way she needs to be fed for next year, and she'll be a really nice heifer in from now. So congratulations, good job on a really nice heifer.
First blue exhibited by Amara Brenner. Next we'll have our senior heifer calf. Following that we will have our summer yearling. Should have 2 entries in this class, Julia Lyons and Brinley Sonate.
just a single entry in this senior calf class, but a really good one. One that's got a lot of length up front, really clean up through that front end, blends in nice. The shoulders really long down her spine, really free moving. Nice tracking heifer. A heifer I think wants to stay in some competition. Good job.
First blue exhibited by Julia Lyons. Next we'll have our summer yearling, 1 entry in this class, Liberty Favor. On deck we'll have our junior yearlings.
Some more fun farm facts from Rural Mutual. One of the big things here at the fair, at least during breakfast, pancakes. And of course, you can't have pancakes without maple syrup. Did you know that over 265,000 gallons of maple syrup is produced each year in Wisconsin? Wow. That ranks us 4th in production. That's a lot of syrup for the pancakes, isn't it? How do you like your pancakes? What do you like best on your pancakes? Butter or peanut butter? That's the question. I'm a butter guy. I don't think peanut butter should be put on pancakes, just butter. And more butter with hot maple syrup. But there are some that like peanut butter on their pancakes. I'm not sure about that. I just don't think that's right. Of course, Wisconsin does rank first in the nation for the production of cheese.
A really nice heifer, single entry. That when you stand back and look at her, she's got a lot of growth, a lot of performance, a lot of capacity and volume to her. The heifer, again, I want to be picking on her a little bit, maybe extend her up a little bit through the front end, clean her a little bit in the front end, or from that shoulder back. You really admire what she has, the muscle correctness, the smoothness, the depth and capacity that particular heifer has. Really nice heifer.
First blue exhibited by Liberty Favor. Next we'll have our AOB junior yearling heifers. Should have 5 in this class. Should be Jessica LaJess, Levi Lindsay, Taryn Close, Olivia Wample.
Again, cheese, of course, is Wisconsin's #1 for that. Over 1,200 licensed cheesemakers here in the state of Wisconsin, making over 26% of the cheese for the entire country. Yeah, so we outdistance everybody, including California. Cranberry is Wisconsin's official fruit as well.
AOB senior yearling. Following that class, we'll be selecting our any other breed champion. The next class we'll be moving into commercial. We'll be starting with a commercial bull calf. So if you have commercial animals, please have them out and ready to enter the show ring shortly.
Cranberry, of course, Wisconsin's official state fruit. Wisconsin leads the nation in cranberry production, producing 4.6 million barrels of cranberries. And by the way, cranberries do not grow in water. They grow in very, very sandy type soil. And the water is only used to harvest the cranberries. But they are not submerged in water when they're growing. Thank you to our video stream sponsors as well, bringing coverage of the beef show to us today, including Wisconsin Credit Union, Chippewa Valley Energy, Provisions Health of Durand, 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom, Pierce Pepin Cooperative Services, Numbers Are Us, O'Galley Cheese Factory, Bluff Country Feed and Seed, Compeer Financial, and Synergy Co-op. Thank you to all of our sponsors for helping out with our broadcasts, live streams from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Closer to getting ready for our market animals, commercial classes as well, as we start to see more cattle in the ring. We have over 100 cattle in the ring coming through today.
Sorting them out a little bit. I think the heifer we're going to start out with in this particular class, the one that just, in my mind, just the most complete. I like where she's at from a condition standpoint. She's really extended up through that front end. You know, she may not be the thickest heifer in the class, but she's sure adequate from a muscle standpoint. She's got some rib shape to her. I think the one really, when I describe her, she's really balanced. She catches your eye. She's the eye-appealing heifer in this particular class. Heifer we have in second, a big soggy middle heifer, but a heifer I like to just clean her up. I think she's a little bit heavy on her condition. You look at her from the back, you look at her up through that brisket in the front end for a heifer, and just you get them too fat too early. We don't want to be market steers out of them. We want them to still be a breeding heifer. There's a difference, okay? Keep them fresh, keep them looking like a female. Don't get them in a little heavy condition like that. But you still have to admire the muscle, the volume, the mass, the bone that particular has. She gets out, she tracks around the ring real well. A heifer that's really attractive on a profile. Third and fourth to me get a little bit tighter. And you got a heifer that does have a little bit less condition on her in comparison to the heifer we have in fourth. But a heifer, you know, is adequate for a muscle standpoint. You look at her from the side profile, maybe not quite as deep as the red heifer we have in fourth, but a really attractive heifer, a really functional heifer. I think very deserving of being in that particular spot. Heifer in fourth, again, maybe a little heavier, a little thicker heifer than the heifer in third. But again, a heifer, when you get her up in her front end, a heifer just getting really heavy. She doesn't track quite as well off that front end as she moves around the ring. She likes to get out and put those feet down out in front of her a little bit more, and I like to actually see. Heifer we have down in fifth are really more of a youthful appearing heifer. I think she is the youngest heifer in the class, if I remember correctly. Heifer just probably needs a little bit more to her today, a little bit more size and scale, a little bit more gross pounds to her to compete with the heifers up above her today. But a really nice youthful appearing heifer. Really nice class from top to bottom. Good job.
First bull in that class exhibited by Levi Lindsay. Second bull exhibited by Jessica LaJess. Next, we'll have our senior yearling, one entry in this class. Following this class, we'll be selecting our champion AOB, and then we'll be moving into commercial. So if you have commercial animals, please have them outside the Coliseum.
Watching coverage of the 2023 Beef Show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. I'm Brian Winnekins. Welcome this afternoon. We'll have more coverage as well from the fair tomorrow. We'll have our dairy show tomorrow at 8 a.m. and then our livestock auction tomorrow evening as well at 6 o'clock. We'll have that on YouTube, our Facebook page, and also our website at realcountry1430.com. Getting closer to the commercial classes here in just a few minutes.
Single entry in this particular class, but again, a pretty nice heifer. Got a lot of growth, a lot of substance to her, a lot of bone, a lot of natural thickness to her, and a lot of spring and rib. And a heifer again, if I can, critique her just a hair, I'd like to see her just not have quite the condition level she has on her for her age. She's again got plenty on her. We want her to look like heifers, not look like steers. So really nice heifer. We'll bring her back in here in a minute. We'll look at her for champion compared to the other ones, but a really nice heifer. Good job.
First bull exhibited by Brindley Sonente. Now we'll have all our first booths come back to select our champion AOB. Following that, we'll move into our commercial class, and we'll start with our bull calf.
Our champion here for any other breed. And then we'll start with our commercial classes.
Really nice individuals out here in the any other breed division. I think when we talked about each one of these in class, there's things we liked about each one. There's there's a thing or two we like to change about each one. I think there's one in my mind that maybe just kind of stands out a little bit more. Give me your black junior yearling heifer. She'll be your champion in the Indian breed. For the reserve, I think it gets a little closer, probably between the junior yearling and that summer yearling and the junior yearling. I'm going to follow up with that junior yearling heifer as reserve. I think she just kind of follows that champion, any other breed, right along with her. Really nice balance. Come out of a big class and have some pretty good heifers all the way through. So congratulations to all the exhibitors on any other breed, but some really nice heifers. Good job.
Champion AOB exhibited by Levi Lindsay. Reserve champion AOB exhibited by Jessica LaJess. Next we'll move into our commercial bull calf. We've got a junior bull calf coming into the ring. On deck will be our junior heifer calf, and in the hole will be our senior heifer calves.
So we begin our commercial classes this afternoon from the 2023 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Beef Show. Ryan Winnikins with you from WRDN Radio in Durand. We appreciate you joining us today. Hope you're enjoying our video stream. Please thank our sponsors as well for making our video stream possible, including the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, Dunn Energy, Tech, Adams Super Service of Durand, Prime Realty, also Sunstrom and Company, Security Financial Bank, and Alcivia Co-op.
Single entry in this commercial crossbred full calf class. The calf has got a lot of size to it, really straight in his design. Calf that just needs to go on and develop. I mean, you can't tell what he is at this point. Wait till he grows up and develops to see what he really turns out to be like. But really, calf has a lot of potential. Good job.
First blue exhibited by Deegan McGinnis. Next we'll be moving into our junior heifer calf. On deck will be our senior heifer calf. And then we will have a senior yearling. We'll select our champion commercial. And then following that, we'll select our supreme champion and reserve supreme champion female. So if you received a champion on any of your females, please have them in the back. When we do our Supreme Champion drive for selecting our female, we'll have all of our champion females come in the ring, but we're asking our reserve champion females to be outside the Coliseum to step in.
Really nice heifer calf that's going to be brought in. It's kind of the same genetic, same cross as the bull calf we just looked at. Heifer probably a little bit bigger frame, a little bit bigger outline than the one you just had. Again, just need some time to go on and develop and see what she turns into as a heifer a year from now. But a really good one to start out with. Good job.
First blue in the junior heifer calf exhibited by Deegan McGinnis. Next, we'll have our senior heifer calves, 2 entries in this class, Helena Flashinsky and Isabella Sandy. On deck, we should have our senior yearling, 1 entry in that class. The following animals should be outside the Coliseum, getting ready for the Supreme Champion drive. Morgan Hilger for Angus. Morgan's yearling heifer as reserve champion. The Hereford, our champion, is Sydney Spade. Reserve champion is Stella Nelson. Simmental should be Morgan Hilger. Riley Beck had reserve champion. Shorthorn would be Liberty Faber. Reserve champion Julia Lyons. Any other breed? Our champion was Levi Lindsay, reserve champion Jessica LeJess.
cloudy day here in Chippewa Falls for the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, but things are underway throughout the afternoon as we will be having the pig, duck, and goat races here coming up once again this afternoon at 4:30 and at 7 p.m. That's in the Animal Racing Arena. We'll also be announcing the bike giveaway at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Plus music tonight on the main stage by Hairball. If you have a chance to come on out and join us at the fair, we'd love to see you. You can also stop by our booth. We're in Building C. Find out how you can win $500 from the National Association of Farm Broadcasting when you tell us, why do you use the radio? Why do you listen to the radio? Fill out the survey, and no, there's no extra marketing. You'll just go into the drawing for the $500.
Again, two really nice heifers. We're going to start out with the Belgian heifer. Heifer just got a little bit more mature for age. Heifers are pretty close together in their age. Heifer just has more growth and power to her today, more natural thickness, a little more depth down through that lower rib than the heifer we have in second. But you really like the length of body, the cleanliness of front, the structural correctness in this heifer we have in second. Two really nice heifers. Good job.
First blue exhibited by Isabella Sandy, second blue exhibited by Helena Flashinsky. Next we'll have our summer yearling, one exhibit, Helena Flashinsky. Following that we'll select our commercial female champion.
If you're a NASCAR fan, well, WRDN's your home for NASCAR. Looks like wanted to go for a run even in the ring. But join us all season long for the latest for NASCAR, and the Xfinity Series as well will be in New Hampshire this weekend. Afternoon, and also on Sunday of the NASCAR Cup race as well, the Cran 301 from New Hampshire. You can listen to NASCAR all season long on WRDN, 1430 AM stereo, also 107.3 FM, and through our website, through our streaming audio, located at our website at realcountry1430.com, or use the Live 365 app. Download the app and just tell Alexa to play WRDN.
Just a single entry, but a really nice one. And one got a lot of balance and a lot of eye appeal to her. You know, you get these commercial crossbreds, we start to get into some different breeds and things like that. So we have some size differences just based within the breeds themselves. But within the breeds, I mean, kind of to pick them apart, but she's going to be a little bit smaller frame just based on the breed that she looks like she is. But a really good one. It's got a lot of mass to her, a lot of structural correctness to her. Very deserving blue ribbon. Good job.
First blue exhibited by Helena Flashinsky. Now we'll be selecting our commercial champion. Following that, our supreme champion. Following the supreme drive, we will be taking a 5-minute break before we start our market animal classes. We'll be starting with the beef market animals, following the beef markets, then we'll move into the dairy steers.
So there you go. We'll have market animals here coming up after we announce the Supreme Champion. We'll be taking a 5-minute break. We'll leave the video camera running. We're just going to leave the stream running during the 5-minute break. So. And then we will begin with our market animals. These will be the animals coming up that will be in the livestock auction tomorrow night. 6 o'clock is when our livestock auction is here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. We will have coverage of the auction for you on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and our website at realcountry1430.com. We'll get everything underway probably about 5:55.
Is going to be the Belton in the middle. It's going to be your champion. Yeah, she's a smaller heifer, but the breed is a smaller breed, but she's really put together pretty nice.
Twist the tail. It's kind of like start her up. Start ignition. And then we're going to try it again. And sometimes it's like, I don't care if you twist my tail. I'm not moving. I'm done. I'm just going to stand here now. Don't like it? Too bad. I'm bigger than you. There we go. Now getting moved a little bit.
For reserve, it gets closer in my mind, but I think the one that probably again stands out is going to be the older white park appearing female we have out here for reserve. I think just the most complete, the most balanced, the most eye-appealing of the three remaining out here. Very deserving reserve champion. Good job. Congratulations.
Champion commercial animal was exhibited by Isabella Sandy. Reserve champion commercial heifer exhibited by Paulina Flashinsky. Now we're going to do our supreme champion female drive. So all of our champion females, please start entering the ring.
All right, so we'll have the supreme champion female drive now, and then we'll be taking a 5-minute break, and we will then have the market animals.
So entering the championship ring, we'll have Morgan Hilger with her Angus cow. We'll have Sydney Spade with her junior yearling Hereford. We will have Morgan Hilger with her junior yearling Simmental. We'll have Liberty Faber with her shorthorn heifer calf. We will have Levi Lindsay with his junior yearling Any Other Breed. And we will have Isabella Sandy with her commercial heifer calf.
All right, this is for Supreme Champion on the female side. Yes, when when they get all of them in, then, well, we're up close and personal. So the belted Galloway right there, that is one of Rhonda's favorite breeds. She is a big belted Galloway fan. Well, one's decided, I'm sitting. I'm done. There you go. And all right, well, different one. It's like, really, you're gonna make me stand up again? Darn it, I was comfortable here.
Let's give these exhibitors a nice round of applause. All the people, all the exhibitors that brought out the heifers today. So they're the ones that are in this project, and they're the ones working year round with them. Steer project, big project probably isn't quite as much as it is like with the lambs and the pigs, where it's a shorter show season. I mean, with steers, you're probably starting with them Christmas time and taking them all the way through the fair season. But when you have the female side, whether it be the ewes for the sheep or the sows, and the gilts for the pigs and the heifers, and cows in the beef show ring. Those are the exhibitors, you know, that are working with this project pretty much year-round, putting a lot more time in on a continuous basis. And not only that, they're following through with the whole life cycle. I mean, I asked most of those exhibitors, I think I asked everybody that had a breeding age heifer, you know, were those females bred or carrying a calf, even if they weren't confirmed, if they'd been AI'd or run with a bull or whatever it may be. So you know that they're working with those projects an extended period of time, and I really like that. I really commend you for doing that and the quality that we have out here today. I think, you know, when we talked about all these heifers or the cow-calf pair in their particular groups, and like I said earlier, I like to find the ones that I think you've won and maybe stand the most competition. I think it really boils down to probably the three here in the middle, in my mind, are the three that they're the ones that could go on and stand the most competition. There's things, again, I'd like to change a little bit about all three of those particular heifers, but I think those are the three that really it comes down to be the champion and reserve of your fair here today. So with that, I'm going to take one more look at a couple things. I got to decide which fault is the biggest fault, which strengths are the biggest strengths, and find the one that's probably the most complete in my mind, and we'll select her as your champion, and we'll select the reserve behind it. But again, let's give another nice round of applause. Really nice to get to see you guys and talk about it.
All right, so getting ready for the Supreme Champion. And there we go.
The Supreme Champion female was exhibited by Morgan Hilber, her Simmental. And the short horn exhibited by Liberty Faber was our reserve Supreme Champion female. We'd also like to thank Paulette Christine for sponsoring the traveling trophy for the Grand Champion or Supreme Champion female. We'll be taking a 5-minute break to give our exhibitors a chance to put their breeding stock away and get their market animals ready. So our market animal classes are going to begin at 2:45. We'll be starting with our beef animals. We'll be starting with our lightest weight beef animals. So the exhibitors that are in class number 1, please have your animals ready to enter the ring at 2:45.
All right, so 2:45 is when the market animals will start. We're going to keep the stream running as we continue our live stream coverage of the 2023 Beef Show from the 125th Northern Wisconsin State Fair in Chippewa Falls. I'm Brian Winnekins. Again, hope you're enjoying our broadcast and live video stream this afternoon. We'll be back in just a few minutes. really nice and loud. So yeah, that'd be great. But otherwise, no, it's going pretty good. So and now this is something we're going to get pretty quick on.
Yep. Okay. You got questions?
People
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
things like that.
Okay. Oh, close his eyes. Oh yeah, it's coaching. It's a relaxing thing.
Well, I mean, I think she stopped and he was like, hey, that's pretty good.
Okay, sounds good.
Great, thank you. What's that? She says we're live streaming this on our YouTube channel and our website.
Well, welcome back. We're ready to start our market animal classes. We'll start with our market beef class. We have 5 entries in this class. Our animals are going to range in weight from 925 pounds to 1,110 pounds. So in this class, we'll have Miles Gadel, Anne Marie Nias, Deegan McGinnis, Elise Brandville, and Emmett Breck.
All right, so we're going to get ready. Here comes the market class. Time for the boys. The big boys coming in now to the ring. Our cattle show. They will do these by weights as well, so these are our lightest weights. We're going to our heaviest weights. The Wisconsin Cattlemen's Association has announced the 2023 Cattleman of the Year is Jack Johnson of Medford, Wisconsin. Check that, Medford, Wisconsin. He's been an active member of the Cattlemen's Association for many years and is a past board member. He's currently representing the WCA on the Wisconsin Beef Council Board. So congratulations to the 2023 Cattleman of the Year, Jack Johnson of Medford. Josh and Gretchen Camps from Belmont received the Beef Quality Assurance Award as well. They The camps operate Pleasant View
On
Farms.
deck, we should have our Market B class number 2. So in that class, we'll have 8 exhibitors that should have their market animals on deck. Brinley Sonnentag, James Marr, Callie Granville, Alexa Gint, Caitlin Schneider, Deegan McGinnis, Brandon Simon, and Julia Lyons. Those animals should be on deck.
Also, Wisconsin Cattlemen's Association has named Jeff Swenson the 2023 Friend of the Cattlemen. He is the
We'd also
livestock
like to
meat
take this
specialist
time to
for
thank
the Wisconsin Department of
WRDN,
Agriculture.
Real Country out of Durand for the live broadcasting of our livestock shows this week.
Well, you're welcome. It's our pleasure. So congratulations to the award winners from the Wisconsin Cattlemen's Association. Those were just announced earlier today. Yes, and I know in talking with Jenna Bergen from Agriculture Educator, she chatted with us during the hog show yesterday. She was saying last year with the tent facility that they had, there were so many shadows that would actually spook the animals. So they're hoping that they won't have that issue as much this year, and also the ring was much smaller compared to the new ring here in the Custer Coliseum. Cindy, you're going to come in and join me? Awesome. We're going to have Cindy jump in here with the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, and Cindy Bogus, and she's been kind of my contact. Cindy, I was just mentioning, we heard, Gina was talking about the old facility and the tents and how the ring was smaller and there were shadows. Boy, this is really nice, isn't it?
Most definitely. This is a state-of-the-art facility made possible by our community supporters. Definitely, we have some large agricultural supporters as well as businesses in the area who really stepped up and helped the community. The fair is made, we're a nonprofit. We're not run by the county. We're not run by the state. But definitely community support has made us what we are today.
And, I had a chance to talk with Rusty yesterday. He had, right before the hog show started, the smile on his face.
Most definitely. Yes. This is his dream. He's definitely worked here for the last 14 years. He knew the change that we needed to make throughout the years, and he's definitely a go-to, make it happen kind of guy. I've only worked under him about 2.5 years myself, but definitely the passion is there to make things happen for this ground as well as the association.
And it's just amazing how we were able to get all of this done in a year.
Most definitely. Yes, people definitely we're doubters and skeptics, rightfully under. So when we, last year shared that we were tearing the barns down after the fair, and we're not all finished yet, but what we do have finished is amazing, and we've only heard great things, and we're going to work through the things that we didn't know right away, but we will have even a better year next year.
Well, we're sure pleased as punch to be here, and we're looking forward even to next year. Hope folks are enjoying the live stream.
Yes.
I hope you've heard some positive comments from some folks as well, but thank you again.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you to you, Brian, and WRDN for being here. Parents, families, grandmas in California, grandmas in Texas, appreciate the opportunity to watch the shows.
That's Susie Bogus with the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Now, I have to ask before you go, I thought our judge was going to start talking here, but because we got to let him talk, but
yes,
maybe we'll have to do this because he might be lining them up. Let's see here. Because I got to add, yep, he's going to talk after this, after he's done with his decision here. So don't run away.
Lightweight steers, generally you get some that just don't have quite enough finish on them. They haven't been on feed, and maybe haven't performed quite as well as we'd like through the summer for whatever reason. Steer, we're going to start out with the shorthorn steer. I remember it was 10, 30, 10, 40, something like that. Fairly light steer, but a steer when you handle him, you look at him, as far as the degree of finish standpoint, he's got some cod, he's got some fat around his pin bones, he's getting some cover up over his ribs. You look at him from the front, and he's starting to fill in that brisket. The steer is probably the most market ready for his weight of any of the steers in this particular class. The steer we have in second kind of matches up with him the best. probably still could use some time on feed, but still wanted, for his weight in this particular class, is the second most market-ready steer in this particular class that we have out here today. Next steer we have the gray steer, bigger outline steer. A steer has some natural thickness to him. A steer though, when you handle him and look at him up down the side, a steer we just like to have him probably another 200 pounds heavier, have a little more finish on him and get him to where he'd really be the ideal market steer from a degree of finish standpoint. The steer in fourth, same type of deal, maybe not quite as heavily muscled as the gray steer we have just ahead of him, just needs more time on feed. And the young lady's steer, if we wrap up the class with, the steer has a big outline, has some natural thickness to him, just needs quite a few more days on feed to get him where he's really a true market steer here today. Good job, congratulations.
First blue exhibited by Emmett Breck. Second blue exhibited by Elise Granville. Next we'll move into market class number 2. We'll have 8 entries in this class: Brinley Sonnentag, James Marr, Callie Brandville, Alexa Gint, Kaylin Schneider, Deegan McGinnis, Brandon Simon, Julia Lyons. These animals range in weight from 1175 to 1205. Market class number 3 should be on deck. That would be Elise Brandville, Julia Lyons, Liberty Faber, Jessica LeJess, Brinley Sonnentag, and Jeffrey Sikora.
Again, watching coverage of our 2023 beef show from the 125th Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Cindy Bogus joins us again with the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Okay, I have to ask. So, was there a time when you were on the other side of this fence?
Most
showing?
definitely.
What did you show?
Yes, I actually came from a family. My dad is an egg teacher, and he retired after 30 years. So we raised everything from iguanas to llamas to sheep to hedgehogs, so a little bit of everything. I showed pigs for 1 year out of a dare from my friends because they didn't think I'd ever show a pig. Never showed the beef steers or dairy that we're seeing here today and tomorrow. But my main thing was showing market lambs growing up. So
really?
Market lambs and llamas were more of my family thing, but definitely I was a market lamb up in Polk County, Wisconsin, St. Croix Falls.
So what was it like with the pigs?
I did it to say I did it, but it was only 1 year project. So it was definitely a fun joke, and I tell the people that I work with now that I showed it to say I know that I know how to show a pig, but that was several years ago.
I think open class, we should have, celebrity pig showing.
Yeah.
You should be in that.
I could potentially do sheep or llamas still, but I think I'm past the pig.
That the steer's just frightening? Because for me, that's just too frightening. That's way too big.
I can handle a llama or a sheep, but yes, a little too big. I walked to a friend's steer a couple of weeks ago here just to say I walked a steer, but never have in my life. But I think I'll stick with the smaller animals for sure.
You and me, because even right now, boy, aren't they up close?
They are up and close. Yes, indeed.
Very, very, very close. We'll show you how close. See, right there.
Literally right there. Yes.
Hello. Yeah. I think he's
smile for the camera.
He's talking to us.
You.
He's looking at us. Hi there. I really do like you. Trust me. I really do.
You're good.
There we go. So we're going to have nice. And I was always worried about the pigs because they'd like, if I had my stuff down,
true.
they come underneath.
Little
but this,
and say hello.
I hope this fence is strong. I'm just saying,
I agree.
I mean, this is kind of
We're
like
strong. We have strong aid teachers here.
But he is kind of cute, isn't he?
He is cute.
I mean,
he is cute.
Yes. I don't know.
Now, did you show animals growing up? Because I know you have a very strong background yourself.
No, I did not. I believe it or not, I did not show animals. I was more on the non-agricultural animal side, where I had different types of projects. I was just too afraid to do that.
They are big animals.
They're
big babies and big lovers too, but they are big animals that have personalities just as much as humans do. But yes.
So, all right. Well, Cindy, again, thank you again. I'll let you get back to work as well. And again, if there's some other folks that want to have them come over, I know we're going to chat with Jenna here again. She's going to give us some more pointers on what they're doing here in showing. And we'll be doing that as well here throughout the afternoon. But again, thanks, Cindy.
Well, thank you again for being here. We appreciate it, Brian.
All right,
thank you.
And again, as we continue our coverage, I would say, does the steer want to say anything? He's like, no. Okay, not a problem. Well, thought maybe he'd want to, give us his 2 cents here, but he's just going to give us a look. He's as the judge continues to go through this class. This is always this is one of the bigger classes, and the kids that love to show these steers, especially at the livestock auction, this is a big fundraiser for them too. A lot of these kids use this money for college. But it is having them this close is can be a little. I mean, and he just keeps looking at both Cindy and I. You know, he's just like, "What are you guys doing there? You know, what's the deal here?" He's, you know, the other thing was I was really comfortable in that new barn, and then you had to wake me up and wash me and all this other stuff for this.
Can I get a picture of us real fast off? I'm just using it. Here, I'll be like a picture.
There you go. I'm like,
Just a reminder that Class 3 should be on deck. Again, those exhibitors in Class 3 include Elise Granville, Julia Lyons, Liberty Faber, Jessica LaJess, Brinley Sonntag, and Jeffrey Sikora. If you do not have your animals behind the Coliseum, you need to bring them back there ASAP.
We continue our coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Livestock Show. I'm Brian Winnikins, and thank you to our sponsors, including Dunn Energy, N-Tech, Adams Super Service of Durant, Prime Realty of Durant, Sundstrom and Company in Durant, and Security Financial Bank and Elsivia Co-op.
A little bit farther. steer we're going to start the class out with. I think just the most balanced, most product-oriented steer in this particular class. A steer that, even though he's a lighter weight steer, still has adequate finish on him. Steer that just really like the overall profile of that particular steer. A little more compact, but when he's in a class that's got some bigger size and scale, if he's compact, that means he's got to be thicker. He's got to carry that weight somewhere else, and he sure does that when you look down his top and down through that lower quarter. Really nice steer to start this particular class with. Real logical second steer in that block steer. A steer that kind of follows in type and kind. A steer that has a lot of natural thickness down his top. He's really where he needs to be as far as from a finish standpoint. Carries that thickness down through that lower round. A steer is just really put together. Maybe not quite as attractive, but a really long spine steer that has a lot of performance to it. The next steer, the Charlotte Cross steer, again, another big outline, correctly finished type of steer. A steer, when I look down his top, maybe not quite as much mass down his top and down through that lower round as the steer we have just ahead of him. But three really nice steers that are really put together pretty well and where they need to be as far as from a finish standpoint. This red steer, I think when I handle him, I think he appears to have enough finish on him, maybe a little more open in his ribs when you handle him. Just doesn't carry quite as much natural thickness down through that lower quarters. The three steers that are ahead of him in this particular class that are really attractive profile this year. We get him out on the profile, he really is a stretch. He's made long body calf, nice front on that particular steer. The black steer we have next, a big, tall, outline steer. A steer just doesn't carry quite as much natural thickness to him. Maybe a little bit more open in his rib, a little bit steeper off that shoulder in comparison to the steers we have up ahead of him. Hereford steer, I like the finish on that particular steer. A steer, though, I just like to correct him. He really is steep on them shoulders, tries to keep them feet, just out in front of him a little more when he gets on the move. A steer, I think, is going to hang a really nice carcass when he goes to the rail. But a steer that just doesn't have quite as much structural correctness and quite as much muscle to move up in this particular class. The Caracal face steer, a steer I think just needs a little more time. Handling him up over the rib cage just needs a little more time, a little more weight on him to get to where he needs. I really like that steer. He's got some muscle to him, he's got some size, he's got some scale. Performance-oriented type of a steer. Just needs a couple, another 150 pounds on him, and he'd really shine in this particular show today. Calf down here in the bottom, really big outline steer, has a lot of potential, just needs a lot more time on feet to really get him to where he's a true market steer. Good job, top to bottom.
First blue in this class is exhibited by James Marr. Second blue exhibited by Kelly Granville.
Watching continuing coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Beef Show this afternoon as we're working through our market animals. The boys are in the ring. Just had our second class, getting ready for class number 3.
Next entering the ring, we'll have market class number 3. We will have 6 animals in this class. The animals range in weight from 1,215 pounds to 1,260 pounds. In this class, we'll have Elise Granville, Julia Lyons, Liberty Faber, Jessica LaJess, Brinley Sonentag, Jeffrey Sikora. Market class 4 needs to be getting ready should be on deck. We will have 7 animals in that class. So if I call your name and you're not behind the Coliseum, please make your way there. Charles Geisler, Bronson Ludwigson, Adam Geisler, Stella Nelson, Olivia Womble, Sydney Spade, and Anna Glens. Again, that's class number 4 that should be on deck.
All right, as Gina Bergen joins us again, she's our resident ag educator. And okay, so yesterday you helped us with the hogs. So what are we looking at with the steers? First, I've had a couple folks text and send me a message. The picks. What are the picks for?
So the show sticks, you'll notice